everybody. Welcome to Over a Couple of Drinks.
Trying to get
The
this last
one
Power Moon.
and
I just
only
want it.
show on the internet. Billy's never in frame.
I'm trying to get this Power Moon. I got one left.
Have you unmuted me yet?
Yes, I unmuted you a while ago.
I'm not to be trusted. Hello!
I'm
Hi,
in frame.
Nana from Germany. I missed us. Because we missed
Because you're the only one that cares anymore.
Hey, I made a post in the Facebook group and like 8 people replied that they cared.
Yeah, all our friends that we talked to.
Yeah, they were like, wow, friends, I should probably care about what they do.
No.
Maybe. No, not at all.
No, because
Yeah.
listen, once everyone started having a podcast, we stopped. Because we're hipster.
Yeah. We did it before it was cool.
But as you can tell, Jess is here. Billy is here because he's never in frame.
Am I in frame now?
You kind of.
Where, this way? You never told me where to be in frame.
I framed you up and
He's just a
realized
little rusty.
it's just
Here?
Not, it's
No,
not, it's
no,
not
no, Billy, no.
Over here. Okay.
Welcome to Over a Couple of Drinks, the one and only show where a couple of friends get together and talk about stuff over a couple of drinks. We're clever. We know it.
We're so funny.
Just turn yourself up. You're a little quiet.
Turn myself up.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Pump
way to
it up.
Pump it up.
up.
You know, the real reason why we're back is because we saw that John came back, and we said to ourselves, we can't be outdone by John Tron.
Talk about the Soldier game console, you know.
Oh, Soldier Bullet too.
We're gonna have a short one tonight, just because. Let's face it, nobody watched our half one ever, so we're just gonna do short ones from here on out.
Was that Halloween?
Tonight we're talking about 2018 and all the distinct factors of it.
Us not podcasting being near the top of that list.
The last one we did was 10 months ago. So, January, February. And we talked about The Last Jedi.
Oof.
Oof.
Woof.
Why?
Oof.
Terrible movie.
I still like that movie. Everyone can eat a dick.
Yeah, you also still suck.
Oh!
Movie is
No,
terrible.
Billy, I have you know that when we were gonna do our review sections of like movie concepts that we're still gonna do. Spoilers.
Someday.
I'm gonna announce it. With me tonight is Billy. He watches movies, and I'm Bill, and I enjoy movies. Because
That's fair.
it's true. Billy, I don't know a movie Billy actually liked. Because he'll say, "Oh, I like it," and then in his brain, you could see all the cogs start to move, saying, "This is wrong. This is awful. This is bad. This is wrong."
No. Shining's perfect. Inside Llewyn Davis is perfect. Big Lebowski's perfect.
Oh, great.
Um,
Cool.
Hits
I don't have time for
So
this.
2019 was disappointing to me.
29.
2018. Where am I? No. Who wants to start with their biggest disappointment?
Oh, the biggest disappointment. Billy, go first.
Okay. God, see, because this doesn't work when you make the comment you just made. Like, I can't say that Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie,
No, you totally can. I'll get
my
behind
biggest
that.
disappointment of 2018. Like, if we're talking about media in general.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody. What a beautiful movie. What a more perfectly, like, couldn't have been a more perfectly cast movie. What is my rabbit doing? Hold on.
Yeah, because Rami Malek did a fucking great job. Like, he did a
Hold on.
fantastic
Okay.
job.
Introducing to the podcast my son. He's here to tell you about what he thinks. Nope, he's angry.
I was just saying how Rami Malek did a fantastic job.
Yeah, no,
He
Rami Malek was
was
perfectly cast in that movie.
Robot.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
just a robot.
Also in Until Dawn.
Yeah, he's in Until Dawn. And then I think
Renegade.
visually, Like, the movie was cast perfectly, and it was acted perfectly, and it was great. My biggest problem will be with the script writing, because it feels like they took a really cool, interesting person's story and then PG-13'd it.
I agree.
Like, they, like when he starts doing drugs, it's literally one scene where he grabs a pill and goes, and then the next scene they're like, "Are you high?" And then they keep going. Like,
Yeah.
they never stop to do like he's got a real drug issue.
So
And it's like, name one thing about any of the supporting cast except for the instruments they play. And you can't. It's like one guy has goofy hair. That's his trait. Like, Brian May, he plays the guitar. He knows how to doodle-doo. That's about it. Like, it's just dumb. It's so visually beautiful for such a waste of a script.
it was like so surface level. Like, because I agree. I don't think the movie was about anything it should have been about. Like,
Yeah.
if you were going to write a fucking movie about Queen, like, that's. It didn't touch on anything.
Right.
Like, it was very PG-13. We want to be able to show this on TV, on daytime television.
Yeah.
So,
we want people to come in because everybody loves Queen. We want to
but
fill
then the
seats.
people that actually love Queen are going to be disappointed because we thought maybe you would elaborate a little bit on, like, you know, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Did they get your ticket money?
They did get my ticket money. Well, I mean, fair enough. I
There-
got one of those Cinemark Movie Club memberships, so I didn't actually, like, pay. So there
Fuck
was
the
that.
system.
I paid. But I don't know. And the thing is that I enjoyed the movie because you're right. It was beautiful,
Yeah.
well casted.
It's
I
fun to
enjoyed the
watch.
music. Like, it was fun to watch, but it was
Yeah.
like so disappointed.
The biggest example of, like, for me this year of, like, all flash and no substance, because I think, like, well, first of all, two of the band, I think Brian May and someone else from the band was on the production team for it,
Mhm.
which means I guarantee they got a say in everything that went through. And you don't want, it's like Greatest Showman, like putting what's his name, P.T. Barnum as the main character in Greatest Showman. It's just a way to make him look better than he was. So I don't know. And then, like, I just think script wise, like, you have a character, Freddie Mercury, goes around, he's a dick to his parents, he's a dick to his band, he's a dick to the girl he loves, he sexually harasses and is a dick to every guy he runs into, and then he gets AIDS, and you're just like, I've never felt nice about this character at all. Like, he's been an asshole the entire movie. I have no reason to feel sad except for the fact that, like, AIDS is sad and he can sing, and that's sad.
But that was the other thing, is like they didn't really go any heavy into like his sexuality, like, at all.
Yeah.
It was like him just like scoping out, like they didn't really like go into it. And then they're like, but he has AIDS. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
I get this,
yeah.
but like you didn't really put anything. And then you spent the last 20 minutes for the concert,
Yeah,
like,
the Live Aid show.
the like that.
It
Why?
just felt
Why was that
more
what we did
like
here?
a vehicle to show 3 or 4 performances that looked really cool and sounded really cool,
Yeah.
and that's it. And because, like, there are good biopic documentaries out there, or, well, not biopics, but there's good musician documentaries out there. Like Amy, the Amy Winehouse one, is absolutely amazing.
Well-
But that uses all real footage. It's not trying to be a reenactment. So
And I guess it makes me really worried about like Rocket Man.
yeah,
Which is the Elton John one that's coming out, and I was like, well, they didn't do Queen.
They didn't do Queen any good.
They didn't do Queen
What are
any
they
good. What are
gonna
they
do?
gonna do with Rocket Man? Like,
and
I imagine it's gonna be the same thing. It's enjoyable, but it doesn't have any substance.
it's gonna be really clean.
We probably will. Which
Well,
I on one hand, if Elton John has any say in it, he might not make it clean. Because that man
That's
don't
true.
give an F anymore.
Right.
that's true.
That man could be like, tell the story the right way, or I pull the plug.
Right.
Story.
Well, and the The other thing is that I'm always curious about is apparently what's his name? Borat. Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. Apparently he originally wrote a script for a Queen biopic where he had himself playing Freddie Mercury, and that got shot down because it was almost too realistic.
Oh.
Like there was a lot, I guess, more sexual and drug induced scenes in it and stuff like that.
I bet with the amount of blowback that has come from this from the fans, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2 or 3 years we see that movie.
That might be fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
With how things are going, it probably won't get a wide release, but someone like Netflix or Amazon Prime might pick it up and just do it.
Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't end up what is it? I think it's called All by My Side, or All Along the Watchtower. It's a Jimi Hendrix biopic that would perfectly cast Andre 3000 from Outkast as Hendrix. Here's the problem. The Hendrix estate wouldn't license any of the music because they didn't agree, because there was parts where Jimi Hendrix beats his girlfriend, which was a thing that supposedly happened, maybe. So, the whole thing is filled with covers that he played that they could get the rights to.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it, but I've heard it was decent. And Andre 3000 as Jimi Hendrix is perfect casting.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I think it's on Netflix, last I checked. But, yeah, so, I don't know. I really feel like Bohemian Rhapsody could have been really good. Because there was some great acting. Mike Myers was great. Rami Malek was great. Just some fun little cameos in there and fun stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like yeah, exactly. And I feel like within 6 months, no one will be talking about this movie anymore. Nobody will even.
Other than how disappointed they are.
Well, right. And I will say I did download the soundtrack to it because it's all the 2011 remastered.
Yeah, and
songs.
It sounds great.
And it sounds great, and it's a really good lineup and everything. But that has been one of the more enjoyable parts. I mean, again, the music isn't. That has nothing to do.
It's just
with
Queen.
The actual movie.
It's just Queen. The music is great.
Just it's just a new compilation of Queen.
Yeah. So, there we go. Boom. My biggest disappointment.
Jess, what was your biggest disappointment of 2018?
Oh, my biggest disappointment of 2018 was Call of Cthulhu, because I'm going to tell you, I've been holding out for this fucking game for 2 years, and I paid $60 fucking the night that it was released, and pre-downloaded it, and I was so excited.
Pre-order nothing.
Huh?
Pre-order nothing.
Pre-order nothing.
Pre-order nothing 2018.
Spyro, Year of the Dragon. I did pre-order that and have that reloaded, and I enjoyed it.
You pre-ordered nothing.
But, oh my god, I was so upset.
So wait, what is... So I've read about this game, and I figured someone who likes Cthulhu, I mean, I would be interested, but I've stayed away from it. So what is it?
I heard it was well received enough in the sense of that it was a 6 or 7 out of 10. And I'm like, for an indie game like that, that's not that bad.
It's really... But I mean, okay, so Call of Cthulhu is based off of the RPG, D&D style, tabletop game.
Okay.
And that's where the basis was. And it was about the main character losing his mind, trying to uncover, basically, it's a very basic storyline. He's going crazy as he's trying to uncover the mystery of, this death and his family's death and everything. And, he's a private investigator that gets lured to this island, and some spooky shit's happening. And they were it sounded so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I was literally following it for 2 years.
What kind of game is it though? Is it Resident Evil, or is it?
It's not. There's no real combat or anything. It's a story game. It's an adventure story RPG game.
Okay.
But with the way they advertised it is that it would have replayability. And, it's got a lot of things there that could really go for it. You build your character. You build what kind of character, the stats, you build your own stats. So like there's charisma points, there's like you know,
okay. So it's very tabletop-y.
Yes, it's very much built like the tabletop game, but like it's again, it's like Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not like it wasn't enjoyable the first time around, but I wouldn't put myself back through that just to find the multiple endings. Like there's like I think there's 3 like multiple endings. I looked it up, and so like there's not like the game could be easier if what if I built my character a different way, but there's not enough things that could have changed because I built my character a different way.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at this. It's kind of weird.
And the graphics are super disappointing.
Oh
they
god.
weren't like it's fucking 2018. Like where did you put your money? Like because it wasn't in like the story writing, and like you know your voice actors were pretty okay. I'm not gonna like smash you on that, but like what the fuck did you think you? That was the thing. It's like I played through it and I was like happy, but I wasn't. Like I was like I feel really disappointed. Again, I paid $60 for this game. This could have been a $40 to $30 indie game. Like
this could have been a
digital only
indie game.
And like
you could have picked up on a Steam sale for shits and giggles and enjoyed it for a weekend. Right?
Like I would if it was like Game of the Month on PlayStation Plus or something like that. I would have totally fucking enjoyed it. But it
just doesn't feel like it's worth what you're paying.
It didn't have enough depth. It didn't have it. It wasn't worth it. And it wasn't worth the hype and like literally following this and watching like the gameplay trailers. I think it was because of the emotional investment I had in it that I was so fucking disappointed. I could have bought Red Dead Redemption or Spider-Man, and I got Call of Cthulhu. What kind of a fucking idiot does that? Why can't I return it? Like,
and hey, that Spider-Man game just put out the Sam Raimi costume for free. So.
Yep, it looks weird in game, by the way.
I'm gonna have to pick that game up. I know we were just talking about it beforehand, but
the game is amazingly great. That is honestly my game of the year. Really,
I just kind of want to swing through the city.
That's the best part of it, is just swinging through the city, being chill.
My biggest disappointment of 2018 is not having played Spider-Man yet. That's my biggest disappointment.
So, I'll put that in my myself. How about you, though? What's your biggest disappointment?
When it came to biggest disappointment, I thought about this long and hard, because I was like, gee, what could I be disappointed in? Was it like Venom? Which, I'm not gonna lie, that movie's awful.
Wait, did you see it?
I saw it.
I saw it too.
Yeah, I kind of refuse at this point.
But I will say this: there are in that movie I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like nuggets of joy. There's this great scene when you watch it, where Eddie finds out the symbiote is killing him, and he's finding out by talking to his ex-girlfriend, fiance, new boyfriend, doctor guy. Okay? He's talking to Eddie.
Okay.
Venom is talking to Eddie. Oh, don't listen to the doctor. I'm not killing you.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, the ex-girlfriend is talking to both Eddie and Venom all at the same time for this
cool.
highly cool concept. Confusing. It's shot so boringly.
Yeah.
Like, it is this stagnant A shot, B shot,
yeah, the
C
two
shot.
camera shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like a cool scripted, cool, like laid out, cool, boring as hell. And
right.
And then there's moments where oh god, what's his name? Whoa. Who played Eddie Brock? I'm blanking.
That guy.
Mad
You
Max.
know that one guy.
Tom Hardy?
Tom
That
Hardy. He's great as Venom and Eddie, and them talking together is the highlight of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Venom says something that's totally unvenomly, it's fucking great. Where he calls the main bad guy, he's more of what you would call a team leader. And I'm like, there are some genuinely hilarious moments, but the movie sucked. But I knew it was gonna suck.
Did you
I'm not
see?
disappointed in it.
Did you
So-
see real quick the Tom Hardy thing where they were like, "What's your favorite scene to film?" And he was like, "All of them didn't make it in the movie." And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like that movie is probably a cutting room floor.
There's a great part where where Venom first starts talking to him and they beat up everybody in the apartment, and Venom goes, "Quick, let's bite off all their heads and then stack a body of headless corpses and heads." Why would we do that? Just do it. It would be great.
Bill, you're the
Yeah.
one that told me that Venom sounded like Oberon, right?
Yes, he sounded
Or was
like
that okay? I
Oberon.
want to make sure it was you, not my
Yes,
dad.
it was that part where he goes, "Apologize." It's just so funny, but like I wasn't disappointed in that because I had so low expectations
Right.
when it came to video games. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Fallout 76," when they announced
It's
it.
not gonna be good, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I could talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, but that's me being nitpicky just because it's a conflict of interest in games design where the open world is do whatever you want, but all the story missions are be a on-rail shooter, go here or you fail the mission. But
Right.
that's kind of what Rockstar is now. I'm not disappointed in that. What I am disappointed in, and this took a full 2 days to digest.
Oh, baby.
That trailer is bad.
What?
I haven't watched
trailer-
it yet. Oh my god, I'm so scared.
is bad.
No.
Guillermo.
I was watching it. I said to myself,
It
don't
just doesn't look.
judge.
I'm looking at it
Don't-
right now.
Don't judge it because it's not Ron. And I should give it a fair shot.
Right.
It doesn't look bad. I mean, like visually, it doesn't look too bad.
His makeup looks bad.
Yeah.
His makeup looks rough, and
I
the
get it,
jokes
right.
don't land, and he doesn't sound great.
Who is it that's playing
And
it
I'm
this
just
time
like-
around?
The sheriff
David
from Stranger
Harbour?
Things is playing.
Ew.
He could be great, but like, there's just so
What?
many lines that don't work. There's one line. There's one line. There's 2 lines in the whole trailer that works that are so totally Hellboy, where he's yelling at Professor Broom and he goes, "You made me a goddamn weapon." And then the next one where he picks up a revolver and
Yeah.
he goes and he just says it nonchalantly, which is totally Hellboy, and it's perfect. It's like the only glimmering light of hope I have in this movie is he picks it up and he goes, "You know, some dads buy kids Legos," and then he just shoots some guy, and I'm like, that's.
Yeah.
And the other highlight is Mia Jovovich has not aged in 15 years.
Yeah.
She looks amazing.
got it.
Dude, I just watched Dazed and Confused the other day, and she looks the same as she did in that movie.
I'm pretty sure she is in fact the fifth element. And it's nice that after 8 movies or so, she's finally playing the Resident Evil bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually the Resident Evil. No, other than that, I've been trying so
No, this
hard.
makeup looks bad, Bill. Like,
know.
that's fine. It's fine to
I'm
judge. it.
trying
That's
hard not to
okay.
judge it.
You did it better.
I did do it better.
You did it. You
And Ron
did it better. You did it better than this trailer. Like,
with my 20 right here that I have one of that I could put right here.
No, there you go. Got it.
Yeah, I got it. But like, I'm trying so hard not to be judgmental towards it because it's got an uphill battle. But
yeah.
I gotta learn when to say no because these companies keep punching me in the dick.
Well,
Well,
you
it's
know,
not
My
even like.
franchises.
Is it not even? It's not even like Hellboy's that hot of a property, though.
it is in my
it's-
heart.
Yeah.
It's upsetting because they wanted, like they said, they didn't go with Del Toro and Ron because they wanted to make this one feel like a horror film, which one tells me that was a load of BS because the first Hellboy film is a science film.
Right.
The second one is a fantasy film. You could have made the third one a horror film without anyone batting an eye because all three of those things creates Hellboy the comic
Right.
so easily. So then this trailer pops, and it's bubbly with a stupid pop song and filled with jokes, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a horror movie?
Oh, Bill. I'm sorry.
He's going the way of Alien, and I don't want him to.
Stay with me. Oh, we lost Billy.
That's awful.
Bye, Billy.
He
No.
probably.
Hope you
okay.
find
No.
your cat.
No,
I'm here.
he's back. He's back. He's still pissed.
I fought through it.
The good news is, though, I looked up and Thomas Hayden Church is playing Lobster Johnson.
Okay.
So we're finally getting Lobster. I'm just sad that it's not Bruce Campbell.
Oh, poor Bruce Campbell.
I just-
Oh, wait. Did
Yeah.
that get canceled this year? Changing it. Ash vs. the Evil Dead being canceled is
Canceled.
my biggest disappointment of 2018.
It's a really big
Fuck you,
disappointment.
pirates.
Fuck you guys. Like, fuck.
That movie. Most perfect.
I've never watched it.
Oh, what, Billy? No.
Are you even a fan of Evil Dead?
Do you
I've
even
never,
know?
I've never seen it. Actually,
Oh.
to be honest with you, I saw the really shitty remake, but
No. Okay. We talked about this. It's not a shitty remake. It just shouldn't have been called
Evil Dead.
Evil
Yeah, it's
Dead.
not a bad movie. It's just
I
not
really liked that movie.
I know. It should have been called Evil Dead. It should have been called something else, and it would have been awesome.
not Evil Dead. There we go.
Not
Just
Evil
call
Dead.
it not
There we go.
Evil Dead.
Regular
Yeah,
Dead.
That's it. Left
Grateful
it.
Dead.
All right. That's the most disappointing stuff for 2018. We'll try not to disappoint you, and maybe who
In
knows?
2019.
Maybe next week, if I can get these goons on, we'll talk about our favorite things of 2018.
I'll do
Oh
that.
my god.
Could that
We'd
be-
have to think
Wait, are you talking
positively
about
to
me?
do that.
That's me. That's me. I could do that. Yeah.
You're a goon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You are a goon.
I think you got a good one. I got a good one.
You got a good one?
I got
All
some
right.
ideas.
So,
Stay
we'll see
tuned.
you next time. Just say good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Never gets old. Are you playing us off? Or are we